Hello Seekers, and welcome to a weekly reading with me, Kim. Please know that this is a timeless reading. Even though the energy is based around a 7-day period, there is no specific date or timestamp to the messages, meaning at whatever moment in time you bump into this video and decide to watch it, the messages can still apply to you for that specific week. Okay, so we have 3 groups to choose from. The first group is the green calcite. The second group is the tiger's eye. And the third group is the orange selenite. Okay, so whatever crystal calls out to you or pile of cards, then that will be a group. Please note that the timestamp for each group is provided in the comment section down below. Again, we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. Okay, now that you've chosen your group, let's get into your reading. Hello group 1. So for you guys, I heard the word no and I also heard leave. And I felt a weight being lifted off my shoulders, specifically the right side of my body, which I relate to masculine energy, which is all about hard work, action, movement, and perseverance. Now, the green calcite is known to stimulate compassion through the forgiveness of self and others. It also helps bring renewed sense of purpose and vitality. So this week, it will be very healing for the heart space. Things that need to be released will be released. Things that need to be let go of will be let go of this week. Especially if there have been situations, people, or certain habits or routines that have not been beneficial for you. Yes, so that's what I'm getting here. But now let's look at the cards. So the first card is to represent the general energy of this week. And we have the Nine of Bows, respect. Okay, so this card talks about boundaries, respect of the self, and respect of others. Like I was saying, I feel this week will be very heart-centered. It will be about a time for forgiveness, a time for compassion, especially towards the self. There might be certain confrontations, conversations that will be had this week that will help release and bring end to certain situations that, again, like I mentioned before, have not been beneficial to you. Because I'm being pulled to the number 9, and the number 9 is all about endings, or that one step away from that closure of a complete phase of a cycle in order to begin something anew. Now, the respect card shows up to speak about how you show up every day, or how you show up to certain situations that might be quite aggravating or might be painful. If you felt like you've forgiven somebody, or you've forgiven a certain situation, or you've let go of a certain habit, I feel that this week the universe is going to bring that back again into your life, because I'm seeing this man here as representing either a person, a situation, a mentality, a belief, a habit, whatever it may be. And I see it as it peaking back up, like popping back into your life. And it's only to see if you have really forgiven it, if you have really released it and let go of it. It sort of seems like a video game, like a level up. It's a challenge to see how you face the situation, how you go about it. Let's say a negative thought pops up or something triggers you, but it's to see how you handle it now, whether you believe it, whether you give it the time and energy. Yeah, give it time and energy and space in your being, or you just acknowledge it and pass by it, right? Because I'm seeing this as like it pops out of nowhere, but you don't really have to engage with it. So it's only how you see it. It's only if you do engage with it. It's only if you decide to give it your time and your energy that you will be either consumed by it or distracted by it, right? But if now you have really forgiven this, if you have really released it, let go of it, if you no longer believe in whatever this person has to say, then you will no longer be distracted by it, right? This person, this thing, this thought, whatever it be, it could sit there snickering at you, but it will not bother you anymore, right? That's what I'm seeing here. So if something does come up, it's not to punish you in some way, it's not to tell you that you're regressing, but it's just to show you how much you've progressed, to show you that you really let go of this, and to especially to allow you to see how you show up in these situations now, how you handle these situations now, and how differently it was the now from the back then. And how you handle the situation, how you move away from it, will really allow finally for this the closing of whatever this is. So if it's a relationship, a habit, a mentality, a belief, you're finally moving away from it, right? But it's important that you know that this will come, but it will also go if you allow it to, right? So make sure not to engage with it. Don't overanalyze it. Don't entertain it. Because the more you do, the more energy you're expending in it, and that creates cycles again. It kind of like hooks you in that moment, because that's what it feels. You know how like these, like it feels like this person, this thing comes to push your buttons to see if you'll break in some way, and like once you do, it will hold you captive in this place. And then here we go again. We go back to one. Right? We don't finish this cycle. We go back to one, and we have to redo the whole thing. And it's quite unnecessary, because yeah, you're almost done. You're almost done with this. It's just showing up in a different way than you did before. But let's look at the clarifiers. We have guarded, and we have Earth Mother. Guarded for me echoes the respect card, which is boundaries, right? Guarded can have two different meanings. It could either be showing up with your boundaries and respecting those boundaries, or putting up walls. Putting up walls and having boundaries are two completely different things. When we put up walls, we're closing ourselves off completely. It's like closing this eye, and I'm seeing this eye as your third eye, and the third eye is all about vision, clarity, seeing through the bullshit, seeing through the lies, knowing the truth. But again, when we pull up the walls, we close off that eye. We're unreceptive to anything and everything. We don't allow truth to come in, because we're more locked up in our minds. Usually when we put up walls, it's also a form of like survival. And it's usually done through fear or insecurity. But when we're placing boundaries, this is showing up in this energy of respect, because it's knowing yourself completely, to know what you allow and what you do not allow in your life. And it's having your eyes open. It's seeing clearly and seeing the people that come in, seeing the situation, seeing the thoughts, even thoughts that are coming inside your mind, and just letting them pass by, seeing them, acknowledging them, but not entertaining them, right? And that's what I'm seeing here, guarded. It's like you're seeing what's coming up. You're seeing this figure, this person, whatever is popping back into your life. And you're just, how can I say that? You're not judging it. You're just looking at it, observing it. And you deem whether it's worthy of your energy, your time, or not. And if you say no, then you just let it be. It's like the hand is the guard, and it has the eye here, the knowing eye. And then if the eye deems it worthy, then it allows it to pass into your energetical field. And I feel the same with the Earth Mother. The Earth Mother reminds me of that divine feminine energy. Feminine energy is about being receptive. It's about opening up, being vulnerable. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's all about boundaries. It's not putting up walls, but it's respecting your boundaries. And even though people might not cross those boundaries, we ourselves might disrespect our boundaries by how we show up in a situation. If we lash out, if we reciprocate the anger other people are demonstrating towards us, then it means we're engaging with that energy, right? And if we were placing boundaries to not allow that energy to come in, then we ourselves are disrespecting it, because we're crossing the line. And so that's what I'm seeing here, because Earth Mother reminds me of earth energy. So it's all about grounding. All about grounding, knowing your self-worth. That's what I'm seeing with the flowers here. Knowing your self-worth. And I'm seeing these flames here as passion, vitality. But remember, when the flames go really, really hot, we can lose control of it. It becomes a wildfire. So this could represent anger. But I'm seeing the flames here as very, let's say, controlled in a way. It's like, yes, you have that passion, you have your emotions, but you don't let your feelings get the best of you. Right? Because you know that it's not worth it. It's not worth it to engage with this energy. It's not worth it to lower your frequency to meet with it. Yeah. But let's look at the last card of direct message from Spirit. And we have the train here, and it came out in horizontal. So this is the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands, I always see it as choices, making decisions, and that's what I'm seeing with the Respect card. When this thing pops back into your life, or you have this confrontation, you have this conversation, or it can either be a reality check. It's finally maybe acknowledging a habit or something that maybe we have been clinging on to that is not beneficial to us, and we haven't really accepted this. And finally, something comes up that really kind of forces us in a way to see this reality. And then we have to make a choice, right? When this finally comes up, we decide. Again, we decide how we show up. We decide whether we show up in anger, whether we show up in hate, or whether we show up in compassion. Because the Earth Mother is feminine energy, which is all about that compassion. It's about that forgiveness. Whether we show up with forgiveness. And again, it's not necessarily just forgiveness to others, but forgiveness to self. And remember, when we forgive others, it's not really for the other person. It's more for ourselves. Because if we do not forgive, then we keep that hate, we keep that anger in us, and it cripples us in some way. It takes away from our energy because we're keeping all of that like gunk inside of us when it's begging to be released. So when we forgive, it's allowing ourselves to heal. It's allowing ourselves to release that energy that's really holding us back. So to make space for that inner light that we hold in. And then we also have the train here, and as you can see, the train has left, right? The train has finally left. So I felt that relief, or that release again. So yeah, it feels like this, whatever this is, it's already like leaving your premises, leaving your energy field. But you know, you can be that type of person who runs after the train or just lets it be. So I feel like Spirit is coming through with this saying, the train has left, let it leave. Let it leave. It's not meant for you. You were not meant to get on that train because it wasn't going to lead you to anywhere good, anywhere better. The right train will come for you at the right time. But this one, just let it go. And so that's what I'm seeing with 9, which means endings to me. But let's like the last card to represent the general vibe of this week. And we have, I believe that says denouncement, future availability. Yeah, I'm being pulled to this bridge here, which for me represents going from point A to point B. It's leaving a situation behind, entering a newer situation. And that's again what I'm getting here for the 9 of Bows. You know, this feels like the troll under the bridge. And it's whether you want to entertain that troll or you just keep walking on your path. And Spirit is telling you, keep walking on your path. You don't need to give this any more thought. You don't need to give it any more of your energy. It's just showing up for the last release. You know, it's like that last bit of gunk that you need to let go of in order to completely move on to your new beginning as a clean slate. With the announcement, again, I'm feeling confrontations. Somebody might come up saying assumptions about you, saying lies about you, but again, if they're lies, you don't need to engage with that. The more you engage with it, the more power you give to the other person, because it's attention. You're giving it attention, you're giving it energy, and it's like fueling the fire. So why do that? Keep your own energy and keep on moving forward. You know your own truth. You know your self-worth. There's no need to prove anything to anybody else. But I want to pull a message for you guys. Okay, so this one. Not knowing is also unknowing. Yeah, that's a message. I don't know. As soon as I saw this, I just thought of like rumors, people creating assumptions, people creating lies, and you either hear from somewhere from the grapevine that somebody has said something about you, and like Spirit is saying, not knowing is also knowing. I don't know, I'm getting it like, don't ask. Don't go asking what these people are saying about you. Don't get into that situation. I'm seeing Earth Mother like it could be a female in your life that you might have this confrontation with, or is looking for some attention at this moment, and it's really not worth it to get involved in this. And if this is a person that's coming in but you feel like bad vibes from them, and you don't really know if this person, it's a good suit for you, or you should like connect with them, exchange energy with them, I think this is like, if you're unsure, if you're doubting, and if you don't really know if this person is, let's say, good for you, then that in itself is a sign. Not knowing is also knowing. So trust your intuition. Feminine energy is also it's about that intuitive energy. So trust your intuition, right? Respect your boundaries. Notice what your boundaries are. And I'm seeing this as clarity and also intuition. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. Yeah. Oh, I do offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye-bye. Hello, group 2. Okay, so for you guys, courage and strength. Courage and strength are the messages for you. That is exactly what the tiger's eyes represent. Now, I feel that Spirit wants you to know, if you've been feeling hopeless about a situation, about a project, about something that you've been working on, they want you to please not give up. Please not give up. Please keep pushing through, have strength, and keep persevering, for I feel you are on the brink of something. So have strength. But let's look at the messages of the cards. So the first one is to represent the general energy of this week. And we have the Six of Stones, exploitation. This is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Stones talks about an imbalance in giving and receiving. It's either when we're giving so much to something, when we're working very, very hard, expending on our energy, but we're not receiving anything in return, or we're taking so much from something without giving anything in return that we deplete it, we dry it out. And that's what I'm seeing here, especially with the fire here. So I do get this feeling of being on the brink of something. Now, again, if it's a project, because we have pentacles here, which is usually correlated with career, with work, with projects. If you've been working on something and you feel like there is no more hope, this is hopeless, there's no resolution to it, there's no way to save the situation, I feel Spirit is telling you, yes, there is. Do not throw the towel out too soon, because there is a silver lining, there is a solution to this. And at that message of being on the brink of something, I feel that this week it will be like the last straw. It's like the string has been pulled so taut all this time, so that it can finally break and snap this week. And it's for a reason. I feel that maybe there has been some avoidance, or because I'm being pulled to this fire in the background, and these two people here offering their empty cups, asking for their cups to be filled. And so it feels like this fire has been running or igniting in the background for some time, but these people here have been either avoiding it or haven't really tried all there is to try to help put this fire out, because I'm getting this feeling of desperation here. It's like finally being so desperate that you finally go out to reach out for help or to ask for help. And that's the message I'm getting here. It's not being afraid to ask for help, not being afraid to ask for advice, to ask for a lending hand, because that's what we see with these two people. They're finally asking for help outside of them. And this last string, this brink of something, it's like universe coming in to finally push you a bit to go ask for that needed help. And they want you to know there is no shame and there is no wrong in needing help every once in a while. Because I'm being pulled to these bees in the background. And bees, we know they're extremely hard workers, but the other beautiful thing about bees is that they work together. They work as a community. Every single bee in the beehive is crucial and is important because together they create and they maintain the beehives. I also know that bees, they do like very specific and special little dances to let other bees know exactly where they can find the pollen to create the honey. So they help each other out. There is no competition in the beehive, because it's about community. And it's the same message here. There should be no competition in terms to this. We all are so different from each other, so unique. We each bring something so uniquely different to the table for a reason, because we're meant to work together. There's around 7 billion people in this world, and we're meant to work with some of these people. We're meant to learn from some of these people, help each other out. It's meant to be a mutual give and receive, to create a balance, to create a community. And that's what I'm seeing here. Is the universe is pushing this through to the very last straw, to allow you the opportunity to finally get out of this space, to finally break the walls that you built, to reach for help, or to allow the people that are meant to help you to come in. Because I'm being pulled to this broken tool here, and I'm seeing it as ideas, as tools that will help whatever this is progress. And so there is answers out there. If you've been hoping for an answer, for a solution, it exists. It's out there, but it can only come in when you open yourself to it. You know that message, ask and you shall receive? That's exactly that. Ask and you will receive exactly what it is that it's needed to find a solution to this, to help this progress and move forward, to finally put the fire out, to see maybe where it is that we took a wrong step, where it is that maybe we're lacking in some aspects, or we need to work on something to make things flow a little better. This can also represent just getting advice, getting a second opinion, because even that, it helps us, right? It helps us see things from a different perspective, see it from a new angle, see where the leak is at, so that we can finally cover up that hole, so things can start flowing in and there won't be any losses. Remember, advice or opinions, they're meant to be taken as that, to help us see from a newer angle, from a newer perspective, to help clear our minds or unravel our thoughts. They're not truths. They're not meant to be here as statements or as truth. Nobody is in the wrong and nobody's in the truth here. This is just to help you create your own solutions, create new ideas. It's to bring in fresher energy. And that's what I'm seeing here, because it feels like things haven't been working out, and it's for a reason, because maybe we've been stuck on the same routine, on the same way of doing things, and the energy is asking you to take a step back and see the situation and see when we can change things up, so energy can start flowing more smoothly, and so that there could be a more balance of the giving and the receiving. Yeah, because we were talking about the bees and how it represents communities, and I love how the beehives are sitting on these stones, and stone is earth energy, which is all about stability, it's all about foundations, and it's about longevity. And it's like this energy it's the pillars, it's what holds whatever this is in place, it's the foundation of this. So for this to work, there needs to be a sense of community, there needs to be a sense of respect, and a sense of a equal giving and receiving. But let's look at the other cards. So we have strength and we have intuition. Yes, the strength card, we're talking about that with the tiger's eye. Have strength, have courage, do not throw in the towel. This isn't over yet. It will only be over if you decide that it is, but it still has potential to grow. It still has the potential to be saved. I'm seeing that with the flowers here, because that for me represents prosperity, especially because we have the infinity symbol right here. So this is not the end. That's what I'm getting here. This is not the end yet. Now with the intuition card, if you feel extremely, if it's a project, even a relationship, and you feel from your heart space, you feel very passionate about this, you have this gut instinct, this inkling that maybe you need to ask for help, maybe you need to go somewhere, do things differently, gain advice, ask for a lending hand, then follow that gut instinct, follow that intuition, because there is a reason for it, because the solution, the key, the answer is out there. It's just waiting for you to call for it. It's waiting for you to reach out for it. I'm getting with the lion can be a very proud energy, and sometimes pride or even shame or guilt can really hinder us, right? Because it prevents us from, asking for help. It prevents us from working with others. Because again, there could be a fear of feeling like a failure because you need help. That's totally normal. But know that that is not the case. There's nothing wrong in asking for help. I actually, personal opinion, but I actually think that it involves a lot of courage to admit to yourself that maybe that you need help. That requires a lot of vulnerability and a lot of self-awareness, and again, a lot of courage to go out and ask for that help. So it feels a very courageous move. It requires a lot of strength from one, and you have that strength in you. So be courageous in this and know that everything is going to be okay. And I'm also seeing this line as the help, or the person that can come in and help, or the solution or the answer. It seems like they're waiting here patiently in the mountains, like they won't intervene with this until you allow it. This can also be your spirit guides or angels. Know that they respect free will. They respect your free will. So if you don't ask for their help, they won't intervene. It is only when you open up and ask for this that they can come in to help you. And that's what I'm seeing here. Like the universe is waiting. It's just waiting for you. They're waiting for you, and once you allow this, then they can finally come in and put this fire out and help you guys out. Yeah, seeing like spirit guides also here with intuition. But the last card is to a direct message from spirit. And we have the mountains here. And this is the Eight of Swords. I believe the Eight of Swords is the one where the woman is kind of trapped, or there's a person who is trapped, but she can easily get out of that space. So it feels like self-entrapment. Again, asking for help doesn't mean that you failed. Again, personal belief, but failing is it's only when you don't give it your all. And I'm not saying that you haven't. I feel that you have. You worked through it, but I feel that you have this inkling. There's this knowing in you that maybe there is someone in specific or something that can really help you out, and spirit is asking you, let go of any form of fears, shame, or pride. Do not let pride and shame be your ruin. Do not let pride and shame keep you back. I'm being pulled to these mountains here, and I feel like you're on one side here and walking back and forth and pacing and wondering, oh my god, I'll forever be trapped on this side of the mountain that feels like, it looks like a desert, right? There's nothing growing here. It kind of reminds me of this fire that we have here. But on the other side of this mountain, there's like a clear open field where the grass is completely green. And I'm seeing that as like your answers, your solution. And there's this other person waiting on the other side of the mountain. It's this energy here. And they're simply waiting for you to call out so that they can know that you're on this side. And once they know that you're on this side, they'll immediately come towards your sides, towards you, to show you the way to that clear open field. And it's like you don't even have to climb the mountain here. It's like they already know a shortcut. They know how to go around the situation because maybe they themselves experienced something similar. So they know how to go about it. And yeah, it won't have to be something difficult. It won't have to be a struggle for you. If you call out, if you let others know where it is that you are right now, if you let others know about your pains and your struggles, there will be a lending hand for you. You know, sometimes people can't know what we're going through unless we tell them. People can't help us unless we let them know that we need the help. And no, I just got ringing in my ear and chills all over my body. Exactly. The help is out there for you. It's out there. Trust that it is. Spirit, angels, universe is waiting to help you out. And the last card is the general vibe of this week. And we have ineffable, the song blowing into the wind, and we have it in reverse. So ineffable means something so indescribable, or something that it's too sacred to speak of, and it's in reverse. So the only thing I'm getting from this is the need to speak up, the need to let others know, the need to ask for help. Right, again, because there might be some shame, some fears that is not allowing you to ask for the help, that is not allowing you to speak up, to let others know about this situation that is depleting you. And it's finally time to release that. Know that everything will be okay. Know that you will be protected. I also see this as protection. You will be safe. You will be safe because the universe has the key and the solution for you. The universe has the help already, like in the front line for you. They're just waiting for you, for your permission, so that this can come in. Yes, so know that there is still hope. This is not the end. There is a key, there is a solution, there is an answer. Help is, I don't even think it's on its way. It's already here. It's already here waiting for you. So please do not give up now. Please do not let shame, fear be your downfall. Open up. Okay? But I'll pull one card for you guys. I mean message. Why do I call it cards? For the week. I'm seeing the mountains here as, yes, it might feel heavy. It might feel like an obstacle at this moment. But again, know that there is something, someone, an advice and insight coming from someone out there that will help you figure how to get around this mountain instead of needing to climb over it. Instead of it being a treacherous journey, it could be something that goes pretty smoothly for you. For every ending, there is a beginning. Yes. Yes. Know that this is not the end. Even if it feels like that, even if your whole tower, your foundations crumble, know that it's not the ending. It's an opportunity to redo this in a way that is more beneficial, more suitable, and more sustainable. Because if it has fallen, it's because something was not working right. So it's time to rebuild this with stronger, firmer foundations. And I'm also seeing this as respecting of all aspects of the situation, because again, the bees here, the beehives have ruptured because the bees have escaped. They decided to flee the situation because there was a lack of respect, or the giving and receiving here was imbalanced. So it's seeing what went wrong before to not make that mistake again. So this is not the complete ending of things. This is a fresh beginning for you. It's a new start to do things. I had to stop because my neighbors started singing or screaming. But yes, I don't want to say do it better, but if it's more of building on sturdier foundations. Yeah, so that's all I'm seeing here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. Let me know, guys. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I offer personal readings. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, group number 3. Okay, so for you guys, the cards fell out so quickly. So I'm feeling this very eager and excited energy with you guys. It feels like fast forward movement. So if things haven't picked up already for you, they will during this week. The ball would just start rolling. If things have been feeling pretty stagnant for you, then things will just start moving, progressing pretty quickly. You might start hearing back from people that you've been waiting a response from. If you've been doing a project or something, you might start getting recognition for it. Yeah, things would just start flowing more easily, more quickly this week. Now we do have the orange selenite, and I know that the selenite is used to cleanse other crystals, so it absorbs a lot of negative energy, and we do have the color orange here, which relates with the sacral chakra, I believe, and that's all about confidence and action and passion. So if you've been feeling a lack of motivation, or you've been feeling quite insecure, I feel that this week all of that will be just cleansed from your energy, will just be completely released, and so there will be a sense of rejuvenation and re-energization for you guys. But now let's look into the cards. So the first card is to get the general energy of this week. Ooh, we have the Sun of Life. This is the Sun card. Yes, we have 1 here, which represents new beginnings, and number 9, it's the closing. It's the last number. It's the closing of a phase. So I was talking about that the sacral chakra energy here, and then we have the Sun here, which is also about that sacral chakra energy and about the solar plexus. This is about vitality, this is rebirth, this is joy, this is passion, this is creativity. And I love it because we have this man here in his birth suit, but he's just feeling into his energy, feeling into his heart space. It's like finally being free. Like I said, I feel like all of that energy that was holding you back and holding you down is just going to be just sucked out of your field, released from you, and what's left is like what would be like the phoenix being born out of the ashes, is you finally opening up your heart space and reclaiming back your sovereignty, reclaiming back your power. So this is like finally feeling into your creative energy, feeling alive again. And I love it because where he's standing is where all of the flowers are blooming. So your life, right? The sun gives life, it re-energizes. But this man here, he is embodying that sun energy. And the sun is also masculine energy. And masculine energy is all about action, movement, and work. So yes, this feels like a beginning. This feels like a week where you're going to be motivated to do things, to get stuff done. You're going to feel very creative. A lot of ideas are going to come in. You're going to feel passion for what it is that you do, or passion just for life in general. You're going to be feeling completely empowered this week. Yes, and I'm seeing these flowers as just creative ideas that are just blooming. It's like that Midas touch. Whatever you touch turns into gold. But it's like whatever you touch, you give a life to. Yes, but let's look at the other cards. Ooh, it's a good week for you guys. So clarifiers, we have release, and we have hope, and we have time. So with the release card, yes, is that selenite energy. You're finally releasing all that's been weighing you down. I see these pebbles here as it could be troubles, it could be insecurities, it could be thoughts, it could be people, situations that, like I was mentioning before, was weighing you down, was covering up your light, and you're finally letting go. You will be releasing it this week. Yeah, it would be cleared out this week. And we have hope energy here, and then we have time. With hope energy, we also have the sun here. And I'm seeing, I think this is a crow, but I thought of it as an eagle when I first saw it. And eagle is all about leadership, independence, soaring high. It's about liberty. And the sun card also speaks about hope because it's the light, right? Ray of light in the darkness. And if things have been feeling quite hopeless, if you've been feeling a lack of motivation, if you have been feeling very inspired, the hope card comes through to say this week that hopeful energy will come just bursting right through. It's that opening of the heart space. It's feeling love for where it is that you are in right now, feeling love for the life that you have, for the life that you're living, feeling love for yourself and all that is around you. And once you can feel into that love, feel into this hopeful energy, then wherever you stand, life will be blooming. Possibilities will open up for you, opportunities will be given to you. And I'm pulled to the spirals here, which just remind me of flowing energy, a lot of creativity, hope for life, hope for the self, hope for the future. I'm seeing that with the time card here. This for me always speaks about divine timing, but I'm also being pulled to these moon phases here, which remind me of this 9. Is coming finally to the end of something, right? The number 9 is right before the 10, is right before that closing of a cycle. And I'm seeing that here. It feels like you are finally releasing, like with the sands here, right? You're finally releasing old sands so that you can finally turn this hourglass. Did I say time turner? So that you can finally turn this hourglass around for new sands to start flowing in, new energy. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. New energy will start flowing in for you guys. A more rejuvenated, more re-energized energy that will really allow you to bring things into fruition, to manifest it, but especially to put in the work. Again, we love to talk about manifestations and magicking things into existence, which is very much possible, but we live in a physical world, we live in a 3D world in which we also need to put in the work, get our hands in the soil and start planting our seeds. And that's what I'm seeing here with that. That's the masculine energy, is actually getting involved, putting in the work, and you'll finally be receiving the energy, the motivation needed to do that. I'm also always see this as releasing the seeds, putting the seeds in the soil like we were talking about, so these flowers finally start blooming. Yes, how exciting. This is really good. This is really good because if you've been thinking about a project, an idea or something, you're finally going to take that first step. That first step will come from a very enthusiastic, very energized space. And that's even more beautiful because when you start something and you do it from your heart space, like we have this man here, his heart center is open, then things can flow in more quickly for you because they're coming from a very genuine and authentic space. Yeah, and I always say that when the heart space is open, it's like a magnet. It immediately pulls in all resonates with your heart space, all that your heart truly desires and wants. And the last card is a direct message from Spirit. Yes, we have the number 14. I believe this is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. And we have the Rider here. So the Rider for me represents a message coming in, but I'm also seeing as energy, new energy that's coming in. Again, I was saying that, right? If you've been waiting for certain messages, for certain replies, then you'll be getting that this week. It seems like everything will just start flowing in for you this week. All the things that you feel like have been put on hold for a long time will start moving this week. Yeah, and with the Page of Pentacles, that's usually this man that's offering a coin, and I always see the coin as an opportunity, an opening for a job, a career, for a creative pursuit, something that you can work on the long run. Yeah, and that's what we have here. Yay! And the last card is the general vibe of this week. So we have Epic. Every journey is worth remembering, and we have it in reverse. I'm seeing this as old energy leaving, right? If the past has felt pretty heavy for you, if you've been feeling a lack, if there was a hopeless energy in the past, then that's finally going to be released. Leave it in the past. Know that it was a part of a journey. The epic is a period of time in one's life that's usually marked by notable events, right? And so if they were heavy, if they were painful, then know that it was part of a moment in time. It was part of a moment in your timeline, but it doesn't have to stick with you for the long run, for the future, because now is your time to shine. Now is your time to be the sun, to embody that sun energy. It's about joy, it's about hope, it's about life, and that's what's waiting for you this week. It's the entrance to this new chapter of your life, which seems pretty grand for you guys. Yay, finally. And this also reminds me of the sun, kind of reminiscent of that. Yeah, so lastly, I'll pull a note for you guys because I pulled it for the other groups. So let's see this one. You know, I feel gravitated to this one too. I'll pull two for you guys. So the first one is what labels me negates me, and this is by, oh, sorry, I won't be able to pronounce this, but yeah, it's a quote by this person. What labels me negates me. Yes, I'm reminded of this epic energy, of this release energy here. Whatever you felt defined you before, that constricted you, that kept your heart closed, that did not allow you to fully embody your divinity, your strength, your magic, it's time to let go of that label. It's time to let go. Be limitless, for you are limitless. You are light. There's no limit to that. There's no closing that up. There's no constriction to that. So do not label yourself. Do not put yourself in a box, because that negates your divinity. And finally, you're releasing all that. You're becoming this free-spirited energy where there is no limitations, where you are infinite. So the last one that I really wanted to, that was pulled for you guys to read, is this one. Oh, yes, you see, you are doing such a beautiful job. Yes, you are. You're doing a magnificent and beautiful job. Trust, believe. I think this is your blessing now. You've been through it, and the world is acknowledging it, the universe, and they're blessing you now. Your spirit is now finally ready to be free. That's why if things have been feeling stuck for you, maybe it was a time for transformation. It was you, the butterfly or the caterpillar, being in the cocoon, getting ready to turn into the magnificent butterfly, to finally be able to feed on these beautiful flowers that are here for you. And now you are. Now you've finally burst out of your cocoon. I'm seeing that bursting energy here, to be that butterfly. So yes, if things were feeling stuck, they're progressing this week. All that you've been waiting for will start coming in. It will just one thing after the other. You will hear news, good news. You will hear back from people. You will get opportunities and openings. The doors will start presenting themselves to you, and you will finally have choices. You can finally feel like you're moving forward. Yeah, and be part of this life. Yeah. Oh, that's so great for you guys. I'm so happy. The other twos were pretty heavy, but this reading feels very, very, very positive. I even got like goosebumps. Yeah, but that's all I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this reading, if you resonated with it, then please do leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, all the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and until the next moment, bye bye.